Hey everybody, happy Labor Day. It's the end of the day and we are almost done with Labor Day, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend with your family. I know that we did. We had some family come into town. My sister, who was actually married to Stan's brother, came in, so we've had a lot of family activity with swimming, and we've had, the typical cookout with cooking stuff and everything, and it was a lot of fun. And we've had a huge, very, very busy day, but it's been an awesome day. But I wanted to get on here even though I'm just so exhausted. Why? Because I love sharing my thoughts with you. And one of the things that of course, you've been following along. I've been doing my 5-minute journal, and those of you who have ordered yours or been following along, it's really awesome. I love how we begin our day with I am grateful for. And it makes me think about, like I say, when you get in your mindset of, starting your day with being grateful for, it just sets the tone for your day of what it is. So you make your list. We're talking today a little bit about what happens when you make your list and then you don't finish it or whatever, and how do you feel, and how do you feel? And sometimes people make this list and then they feel like a failure because they look at their list and they think, I didn't get all 25 things done today. And so a lot of times I talk about this a lot in my videos, where it is important to set goals, and it is important to write them down and to have them for the day. But you know what? Guess what? Not every single day, believe it or not, do I not drink my green juice. In fact, today I'm feeling it. I was so busy today. We had a lot of family in town. Like I said, we had a lot of things going on, and I didn't get to my green juice, and I didn't get to exercise. And you know what? It's really, really okay. And so when you make your list and you don't do the things on your list, just move them over for the next day, and it just becomes less overwhelming, and you don't have to feel like you have to get every single thing done. And so by doing this, you don't feel like a failure. You don't feel like, oh, I didn't do like I say, my 25 things that were on my list today. And I was talking to one of my kids about this just the other day about this. And I just think it's so important. I think it's so important to not feel like I have to get every single thing done today. If a family activity comes up, today we went to go visit a family member, and that was more important. If a phone call comes up, or you have to help one of your kids or whatever, and number 10 on your list didn't get done, it's okay. It's okay to not get everything done. And I know that, some of you guys get on here and watch my videos and you think, man, she just gets everything done every single day. How does she do that? She drinks her green juice and she gets her running in, and she's got her 8 kids and her grandkids, and she's running her Amazon business. And you know what? It looks like that, but it's not always that way. And believe me, behind it all, there's blood, sweat, and tears, and there's frustrations, and there's, hey Ryan, how you doing? And there's just so many things that come up, and that becomes more important. And I've just learned that throughout the last few months, especially, where when I put my Amazon business on hold, or I don't put it on hold because I have people run it for me, but like even my Amazon course, there was a change in Amazon where I had to kind of redo some things with a lot of different things that are happening, and that's okay. So when things go wrong, you just make adjustments. You don't quit. You don't just say, you know what, I wrote down my 25 things and I didn't get them done, and you know what, I'm just not going to do them, and I'm just going to quit doing what I'm doing. And that's whenever it is something where you have to reevaluate and realize that it's just so much more important that, maybe that $1,000,000 sounds awesome, but being with my daughter today, or being with my family today, or being on that phone call or whatever was way more important. I share one last thing with you today because it was such an awesome, special thing, and it's not to toot my horn or anything like that, but it's to give an example of just something. I was at a gas station getting my gas, and I looked over there at the other gas pump, and there was a couple, and obviously you can tell that they were not from here, and they couldn't speak English, and they were trying to swipe their debit card, or they were trying to get gas. and they actually were trying to put their credit card in the place where the receipts, you put your receipt or whatever, and it wasn't working, and then they tried to swipe it and their card wasn't working. I think it was just maybe their card was international or whatever. And they looked like they were just about in tears, because it looked like they didn't know anybody. They looked around and maybe were not from that area. So I went over there and put in my my own Kroger card or whatever, and put my card and swiped it, and started filling up their gas. And for those of you who believe in the pay it forward thing, I believe in that. I do. I try and do something every single day, and I actually pray for opportunities for things like that to come up, and it happens to me every single time. So if you ask for something, know that you may get it. So anyway, to end the story on that, basically, he tried to pay me the $20 for his gas, and I just told him, I said, it's really okay. I hope you guys are able to find your way around, and I hope that you guys can, you may not speak English, they spoke Spanish or whatever. And I drove away, and I looked back, and he waved to me, and him and his wife were kind of in tears. And it just was so touching to me today when that happened, and it just made me think, if we just do a little bit of something every day, that wasn't that hard to do, right? But it was something that if you seek out, and you seek out to do things for people, they will come your way. Opportunities will come your way to do that, whether it's to help a lady with her groceries or, to help like something like that. But each of us, all of us, every one of us have something that's going on. And when somebody may pay our bill, or when somebody may, do something for us or whatever, Caesar, how you doing? It just helps us to realize that that's really what it's about. And that's just been something that's been on my mind quite a bit lately. And that is the pay it forward thing, to where you can find somebody to help. And it doesn't have to be that extravagant. Okay. So there you go. It went from talking to not getting our checklist done to paying it forward to, doing things that we can do or whatever. But it's been a very long day. I've had an awesome day with family, like I say. I hope this video has helped you in some way. I really am about to just skip my Amazon course and go straight to personal development retreats. That's really where my passion is, even though I love doing Amazon, and I will continue that. But I'm actually teasing. It will get done, but we will be setting up our first personal development retreat. It's looking like maybe next April. So you can private message me if you're interested. Our first one, we don't know exactly where, but it's going to be anywhere between 15 and 20 people, and it will be kind of a small setting. So I'm just so excited about it, because it's going to be more of what we're talking, things like this that we talk about on a daily basis, and helping other people, and finding their why, and I guess developing their goals and their passions. So anyway, there's so many of you here on late night chat. A lot of times I just expect this to be recorded and you listen to it live, and I appreciate you getting on. I don't really know how to live subscribe anymore. There used to be a live subscribe button anymore here, and I don't see it anymore. So those of you who know how, you can tell everybody in the chat how to do it. But I would love to have you as a live subscribe person, because I love chatting with you and I love helping people. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I don't even know what time it is anymore, but thank you guys for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.